Thank you very much, Mr. Tonka. Allow me to introduce myself briefly. This is moving. My name is, please unlock. My name is Bojan Jankovic and I'm the Deputy Director of Serbia Investment and Export Promotion Agency. Will not say a lot about myself. Studied in Paris, came back to Serbia after 2001, after the changes and everything, got a fantastic job at Henkel, which is originally a German company, but basically owned by Austrians, and the investment came from Austria actually to Serbia. After that, a little bit of army, and then Serbia Investment and Export Promotion Agency, where I started as an investment advisor. So, unfortunately, most of our listeners are left. So let me just briefly, I will try to keep it short to tell you just some important things. This is the presentation outline very briefly about investments, about our business environment in Serbia, snapshot of the region from consultant's point of view, what the government is planning, and so on. I originally envisaged that we will have a lot of people, or some people coming from maybe outside of Europe and not knowing where Serbia is. So I put together a little demonstration here just to show you. So Serbia is basically, as we were saying, located in the Southeast Europe. Population is 8 million people. As you can see, we are bordering currently 3 European countries: Romania, Bulgaria, and Hungary. Serbia is located at what we would call the pan-European crossroads. So the blue one is the River Danube, and obviously the white one is the corridor number 10, which is currently under in the final stage of construction. Serbian dinar currently a relationship to euro 106.5 dinars, and let's say that GDP per capita in dollar terms was around 6,000 in 2009. We have data from investors coming to Serbia, and if you'd like to know more, please don't hesitate to contact me. So, but basically since 2001, Serbia has attracted around $20 billion of investments. Here you just see the main ones. Austrians obviously were very much important. And let me give you an analysis. It is difficult to get to real-life data because the National Bank of Serbia only tracks the original money. So then you have, like, Netherlands invested 4 billion euros in Serbia, which is absolutely not true. Netherlands invested 50 million euros only to Serbia. So what we are doing is tracking the real projects, and this is an analysis based on 180 projects in the period from 2001 to 2010, I would say. We added projects also from 2010, and here you can see the breakdown of projects by value. So Italy is number one because we included the full amount of the fiat investments into this. So far they invested around 200 million, and the plan is to until 2012, when they will set up the final production, have around 900 million. But basically, if you look at the breakdown by value, you will see, for example, that Greece is very, very high second places because they entered in the financial sector in 2001, 2, 3, 4, 5. They invested a lot of money in the financial sector, which is now a very interesting case. Norway, for example, on number 3, because only one investment basically from Norway was worth around almost 1.7 billion euros. So that's why they came in third. Germany and Austria by value are number 4, number 5, followed by United States by number 6. But by value, okay, it gives you an idea, but it doesn't give you a lot of information. This is, for example, the breakdown by projects, by the number of projects. And you can see that Slovenia, ex-Yugoslav country, and His Excellency Ambassador Lev, was actually in a number of projects based on these 180, the top investor. Followed by Germany, which is really important for us, Italy number 3, and Austria number 4. I have to say that these are not all the projects that happened, but the majority of them happened from 2001, 2010. And if we go further and just look at FDI per sector by value, we can now see which were the sectors that were really interesting for investment so far. So number 1 is in general food, beverage, and agricultural sector. with a strong 16.7%. Then followed by the financial sector, telecommunications obviously because only 2 projects are worth 2-point-something billion euros. Oil and gas, the privatization of the national oil producing company. And then if we exclude financial, telecom and oil and gas, because that's where you buy the market, the automotive industry, for example, comes very highly on number 5, and this is something that we are looking forward to the future as well. So we can give you every single investor that we have on our list from Austria, from any country that came to Serbia. No point of making this a promotional event, but there are a lot of things happening in Serbia. I hope some of them positive. The economic intelligence units forecasted that Serbia is going to make the largest and the most serious business reform in the period that's ahead of us, and that we will be leading the region by a wide margin. Belgrade was voted city of the future by Financial Times. Inđija, one of the municipalities in Vojvodina that attracted a lot of investments in Serbia, was ranked among the top 25 most attractive destinations for foreign direct investments. So there are a lot of positive things happening. PricewaterhouseCoopers, for example, considers Serbia, and this is from the new reports, this is not from 2005, that Serbia is the 3rd most attractive manufacturing, 7th most attractive service destination among emerging economies, and this is worldwide, including India and others. Ernst & Young, as we saw from our young colleague, that also they recorded around 150 inward investment projects. This is from the same survey, what do international executives think about Southeast Europe in general, and as you can see in terms of labor costs, flexibility of labor legislation, productivity increase, 200 and something executives, they feel that Serbia, this is the same slide that we saw already, so I will not go into it again. I would just say that image is by far the biggest issue and the biggest problem that we are facing when we are promoting investments. I think Branislav can agree with that. And that, for example, why you don't see any advertisement, at least from my agency in media, is because it would be a complete waste of money. Nobody would believe a spot on CNN saying Serbia is great, you know, they will not pick it up. So we have to dig, and we have to do it from the bottoms up and not from a different way. This is, for example, the interesting analysis from PricewaterhouseCoopers, and as you can see, these are the top 5 manufacturing destinations. His Excellency touched about this human resources issue. Personally, I believe that there are good things in the educational system of Serbia, but there are things that we need to address as soon as possible. Most important of all is the link between the economy and the university. This link was really strong in ex-Yugoslavia, and then it collapsed. Now we have some shining examples, primarily coming, for example, from the University of Novi Sad. When IT is concerned, you can see a lot of spin-offs from the IT University of Novi Sad. Belgrade is following. So I think that okay, we have a good, let's say, basic schooling system, but I think this link between the economy and university could be much higher. This is just a snapshot of the faculties in Serbia. Obviously, most of them are located in Belgrade and Novi Sad and Subotica, but the southeast and south and central Serbia can also do it. This is something that we are currently not really proud of, but it's a fact that the cost of labor in Serbia is really low comparing to the countries in the Central Eastern Europe. We could, and I will address the issue of Romania. Romania currently has higher salaries than Serbia, and Bulgaria is pretty much on the same level. The contributions to the net salary are around 60%. In terms of integration processes, we talked a lot about it. As you know, Serbia hopes to get a candidate status as soon as possible next year to be included in the World Trade Organization, which will reduce trade barriers across the globe. You know that some of you from the audience already know that Serbia is investing currently in the infrastructure, mostly in the corridor number 10, as you can see, which is basically a link for all of Serbia. We talked our colleague said a little bit about the free trade agreements, but basically every country that you see on this picture except Ukraine is a free trade area. So almost 1 billion people, mostly liberalized trade, and this is something that companies are using, and they are using Russia, not to the full extent I would say, but there are sectors that are shining examples like the pharmaceutical industry, where Serbia is exporting more than 100 million euros each year to Russian market. There are some others. So I think this is a potential yet to be tapped actually. Competitive tax system, we have among the lowest tax rates in Europe and in the whole Europe. So the personal income tax 12%, corporate profit tax 10%, VAT 18%. We have numerous double taxation treaties signed. With Austria we have a lot of difficulties with this double taxation treaty, but finally we got it right. And annual income, for example, for expats coming to work in Serbia is 10 or 15%, but based on the difference in the salary. So let me not go really technical about it, but if you have a salary above that 8 times or below the average salary of Serbia, then on this difference you pay only 10 or 15%, which is really low. Financial incentives have changed a little bit, so still it's according to the new jobs created by projects in manufacturing, service and other industries. I will not go into details, I will just tell you that so far from 2006, late 2006, we have granted 70 million euros to come to investors, to around 140 projects that will create around 21,000 new jobs. So this is reality, this is working, still ongoing. At the end, very briefly about us. SIEPA, as you know, we are providing a full circle around your investment plan, so we will start by providing the information, selecting your investment location, actively managing investment projects, and obviously aftercare, which is taking a lot of our activities. This is just an example of our database of available brownfield and greenfield locations, available also on our website. We also have a suppliers database, which is basically a company database. On our webpage you can find more than 1,000 Serbian companies in detail. What are they producing, which technology they are using, where are they exporting, and so on. So thank you very much for your attention, and I'll be happy to answer any questions later.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jankovic. Now I would like to pass on to Mr. Branislav Bugarski. He's the CEO of the Vojvodina Investment Promotion. Yes, and I'm looking forward to your talk. I think you're going the same direction from your Vojvodina.
You're right. We'll try to make it interesting for our audience today. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Branislav Bugarski. I'm the CEO of Vojvodina Investment Promotion, as you can see on the slide. We are the regional investment promotion agency, and the main difference is, I'll show you immediately to you. It is the red one is our region, that is the northern part of Republic of Serbia, with some 25% of surface and also 25%, approximately 2 million inhabitants. But with small difference, together with Belgrade, we are creating some 70% of Serbian GDP. So we are, let's say from economic perspective, the most developed part of Republic of Serbia, and also in the sense of foreign direct investments, we can present quite significant results. Again, would try to make it interesting for you, to skip some things that we have already heard, but to give you all as well an option to ask potential questions. So when we're speaking about FDI, the main question is, why have foreign investors came to our region, or why investors, and I believe that is also important for the whole Republic of Serbia, why the investors came to Republic of Serbia. Basically, we have recognized at least 4 possible strategies. The first possible strategy is through investment in our region or in Republic of Serbia to supply the Southeastern European